Weak people make hard times make strong people make good times make weak people. Now, I know you might be confused on why I started this video with that quote, but you have to realize everybody goes through something. There's a struggle that everybody faces day to day, and it's a bumpy road. Don't get me wrong, everybody has a different bump. Some might be more extreme than others, but no matter what, everybody faces some sort of conflict and discrepancy and issues along their path to whatever it might be. The way that you face these issues determines on how you will set yourself up to grow and continue progressing through your own life. You could be somebody that takes adversity, takes challenge, and looks at it and grows, becomes a better individual, becomes more resilient, smarter, well adapted, whatever it might be. Or you could be the flip side. You could be somebody completely else that looks at challenge and faces the other way and runs. You can run away, hide, avoid any conflict in life, but then you will have not accomplished anything and lived within your comfort. Now, for me, growing up, I grew up with a single mom from ages 3 till now, and that was a challenge for me, being with only one parent and seeing that life. And I understand how it is. It's a little bit more difficult. You have to have close relationships. You have to learn a lot of things on your own. I remember very vividly learning how to tie my own tie, having a YouTube video up, pulling it up, learning how to shave by watching YouTube videos, whatever it might be. I just had to learn a lot of different things on my own. And there's a lot of people out there like that. But you have to realize that you can take these challenges, take these adversities, and you can run away, avoid them, have somebody else teach you, be behind, and then catch up later on. Or you can just tackle them head on. You can grow, you can take control and just do it and become the best version of yourself that you could imagine. No matter what, one thing is certain is that you will face challenges in your life. And if you don't learn how to go about them, you will never be able to grow into a person that is improved, better, stronger, more knowledgeable, whatever it might be that you're trying to chase. You'll never achieve that without going through challenges, without learning new things, without beating your old self. Because whenever it is that you are trying to do, the one thing that should be constant on a day-to-day basis is being better than who you were yesterday. You have to realize that there are millions, hundreds of millions, if not billions of people doing the same thing every day, just living through life, regretting that they didn't make the decision they wanted to, and regretting that they didn't face challenges. So why would you want to fall into that line? Why wouldn't you want to shake it up a little bit? Why wouldn't you want to go into that challenge? Why wouldn't you want to be better? Because there are also millions, if not billions, of people trying to improve themselves and get to the best level possible. So which side do you choose? Do you choose a side of weakness, a side of conformity, a side of just accepting how things are? Or do you choose a side where you build your own story, where you build the life that you want? Alex Hormozy always talks about the bigger the challenge, the more adversity that you face, the better the story will be. When you go down the path in 10, 15 years, when everything is done and settled, you'll be able to tell a story of how you became who you are now and how you faced challenges and didn't turn away from it. And that's one of the key things that turned you to be who you are now. Life can get challenging at times. You don't know what will come your way. The unexpected unexpecteds. Whatever that happens, you can't really prepare for everything. You can try your best to prepare for spontaneous and, rainy days. But the thing is, there are so many things that can happen that you won't ever know. So when they do come, what are you going to do? Just take the blow and then just lay there and not get up? Or are you going to take the blow, learn from it, improve, and grow? You're going to do you're going to do whatever your mind is at. If you're somebody that shies away from that, you're just going to lay there and you're not going to take it. You're going to take blow after blow, and you're going to be knocked down on the ground, and you're just not going to be able to recover, and you're just not going to care enough to recover. And then your life just goes in a constant loop of just taking beatings. Versus on the flip side, you could have a life where you get knocked down and you stand right up. You think about it. You're like, all right, is that all you have? I'm ready to take another fight. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to come back stronger. And then you start throwing the punches. You start going out and being the one that's fighting and knocking life around like you want it to. This way, it gives you the power to control what you do, what you want, and essentially gives you freedom to live how you want. If, in my case, I don't know how other people feel, but in my life, I want to be able to say and very confidently say that I have freedom. If you do a lot any like psychology or like English classes, they might have asked you to choose like 5 different traits that you as an individual have, high value for. And one of mine is always freedom. I want to be able to do free, willing, thinking, doing, speaking, communicating, like whatever it might be. I just want to be able to do what I want and not be controlled by other sources. And this is going to go through, how does this relate to challenges? If you don't take on challenges and you don't set yourself up for the right position to do these things in free spirit, you won't ever have that. And that's something that I strive for and I strongly push for to develop in my own life. Because to me, when you're living free, when you have no overhang, no oversight, nobody watching down on you and telling you what you do, telling you when, telling you where, telling you how at all times, you are truly at the freest form that you can be, and you are somebody that lives for themselves. The goal is to live a happy life and live one that you truly enjoy. But if you have oversight, you're still going to be conformed to other people's beliefs, other people's expectations, whatever it might be. But as long as you push challenges, keep growing, keep learning, you can start to set yourself up to a position where you will be able to do however and whenever, whatever you want to do, and just become a greater being in total. My friend told me a really great quote this past weekend, and it's really stuck to my head. And it's honestly like, it's something that I've thought about. I've heard people have said before in other words, but this setup just stuck to my head. And it's, you should not be going into life playing not to lose. You should be going into life playing to win. And what does that mean? You shouldn't be just doing things so that you don't lose. If you don't take risks, you might not lose. You won't lose. You're just going to stay there. You're taking the safe route. But what is that going to do? The game of life is a very time restricted thing. Everybody knows this. Your time on earth isn't certain. If you don't take risks and if you don't take challenges, then whatever time you have is just crumbling away beneath your feet. If you do take risks, if you do take that challenge, you do take that jump, you may learn a new task. You may meet your new best friend. You might meet your future partner. You might, change the world for the better. But one thing's for sure, if you don't do it, you're not going to know, and it's just going to be consolation prize. Congratulations for participating. You paid all your money in taxes and died at 80 years old. Is that really how you want to go? I want you to consider how you're living your life right now and how you see yourself living in 10 years. If you're like most people, you're living life on a very safe basis, taking minimal risk, enjoying as much as possible, doing the basics, doing whatever everybody else is doing, whatever is very common right now, and you're okay with that. And for some people, that is all right. You live through your life just at a constant, steady state level. When you go down the road and you realize, like, wow, there's so many things that I could have done and I didn't. How does that make you feel? Time, as I mentioned, is a crumbling resource. It is falling from beneath your feet, and it always will. Nothing can stop the passage of time. That's one thing for sure. Time is one resource that you will never be able to buy more of. Well, you technically can pay people to do things for you, so get your time back. But the total amount of time that you have is limited, and you will never be able to get that back. And if you don't do things about it, grow, learn, use that time, utilize it to improve and become the best you could, you're wasting a resource that people would pay billions of dollars for. You can see interviews with millionaires and billionaires that are 60, 70 years old talking to 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds saying, you're wealthier than I am because of how much time you have. They're reaching their fourth quarter of their life, and they're thinking like, well, shit, I'm reaching that point where it's something that they have to consider. And then you see somebody youthful and you're like, wow, you have the world in front of you. I wish I was in your position. And that's one thing that a lot of people take for granted until it's too late. So for that reason, why not do something? Why not challenge yourself? Why not push the boundaries? Why not learn something new? Why not explore? Why not see something? Why not talk to somebody? Why not?